What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Black Widow's box office numbers, at least so far. I've talked about these things before, and I generally like talking about money. I wish I had more money, but I wanted to frame this in a certain way because I feel like there's been a lot of back and forth about Black Widow. You can look at it as, if you want Marvel to fail, or if you just don't like them, right? Or you're looking at this being kind of the turning point where they would go downhill. Maybe you're looking for numbers to be low. Maybe you don't care and you're just excited and the numbers are high, and that's great. For me, I've always said, and I've always stood, I'm just honestly interested in this movie. I don't look at it as I want them to fail or I even want them to succeed. I honestly just want a good movie. At the end of the day, I don't care how much the movie makes as long as obviously, the movie's making money, give us more afterwards. But I've always been interested in what does happen with Black Widow, right? Is it a sign of Marvel kind of turning a path and it's going to kind of go downhill from here, right? What will this say about Shang-Chi and Eternals, right? Two pretty unknown things, not really guaranteed to do well. Black Widow's on Disney Plus, all of that stuff. So I was more looking at it as like an intrigue thing, right? Well, I'm recording this on Friday. You guys are seeing this on Friday, so we'll have to keep an eye on the numbers as they go. You guys can update them in the comments, I guess, right? But yesterday, Thursday, it did really well. I believe it got 13 million, a little over $13 million from the Thursday night debuts, which was the biggest in all of the the time, I guess, with the stuff going on around the world, right? We won't say specific names, but even beat F9, which I believe got 7.1, so it made like $6 million more opening night than even F9, and F9 was the biggest one so far, and is basically the question, right, will be, is Black Widow next? So that's great for it. Again, I'm more interested now into seeing the rest. Now, they've talked about like pre-sale tickets, right, for it, and that they're doing absolutely amazing. The forecast is that it could make, I think, upwards of like $120, $130, $140 million, right, globally over this weekend. Where I think just in the U.S. it would make somewhere in the range of like 70 to 90 or 80 to 100. So the movie's gonna do well from forecasts, and I think I've seen stuff online too of people kind of doubting that. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because we've seen things, I guess, predictions get those things wrong in the past, but now the numbers are coming in and they're kind of backing up what people had predicted for it. So we'll have to see if it kind of continues its trajectory, because again, I look at it more as just very, insanely interesting because, with this movie being delayed so many times, with interest being relatively high, but I don't think as high as it could have been, right? And I guess, for my opinion, if you guys care about my opinion, I'm seeing this movie actually tonight. I'm going to be watching it tonight from when you guys are watching this video. We're going to be watching it on Disney Plus because there's 5 of us. So $30 on Disney Plus is better than going to the theater and spending like $70 or $80. So that's how we're going to see it. But, again, I'm excited. I'm still excited right now, but I'm not nearly as excited as I was back, let's say, over a year ago when the movie was supposed to come out. You have, reception of the movie being generally strong so far, although there are a lot of people saying some pretty negative things about certain aspects of the film, Taskmaster being one of them that I've just specifically seen. But again, do these things make it into the eyes of people that actually go see the movie? Is it kind of a reverse almost of what we talk about, or even the same thing, where it's like people are complaining, but are the people they're complaining to people that would actually go see it in the first place, right? Are you stopping anybody from seeing this movie by saying whether it's true or false, by the way, I don't really care, okay? But if you say, negative things about it, are the people reading that online, were they ever going to see the movie in the first place? Again, I'm very, I don't like to really pick a side with this kind of thing because I'm just more, I don't want the film to fail. I don't really care, honestly, if it succeeds. I just want to see where it lands. Specifically, like I said earlier, because of Shang-Chi and Eternals. Now, my opinion for those are very different, I would say, than my opinion for Black Widow. Shang-Chi, I'm interested in, but I mean, I guess I'll go see it in theaters, but I truly don't think I'd be missing out on, like, that's my own personal opinion. And then Eternals, I really don't care. Like, I don't even know what it needs to do in order to get me to see it. And again, just my personal opinion, but even removing myself from that, they are new franchises that the majority of the public have no idea what they are, right? And again, it's a year plus after Endgame, actually a lot longer after Endgame, right? Because of the stuff around the world, all this stuff being delayed. Is this going to work? We know Spider-Man will work. Now, will Spider-Man suck? It could if they do the multiverse stuff wrong, right? But it could very well suck. It could be amazing. But we know it's going to make money. It's Spider-Man. Doctor Strange 2. I think no matter what, that probably makes money. Even Thor, Love and Thunder, I'm not completely sold on it. In fact, I'm very much not sold on it. But it's going to make money. You know what I mean? So you have, I think, more or less guarantees coming up, but you also have the uncertainties, you know, the Marvels and all of that kind of stuff. Again, Shang-Chi and Eternals. Black Widow was really the first one. And again, Black Widow's also on Disney+. So if it's pulling in numbers, if it ends up doing, I'd say 400 or 500, and now I don't know. I don't know if it's going to do this. In fact, I feel like it maybe won't. But if it were to do 400 million globally, or maybe even a little bit more, you know, that would maybe be a disappointment if it was only in theaters. But considering it's also on Disney Plus, making $400 or $500 million is actually insanely good. Now, again, does Shang-Chi come out and do like 200 million, or does it do 500, 600, 700 million? Same thing with Eternals. So again, I love talking about box office numbers. I love looking at them. Honestly, I've not been a fan so much of Disney, even like HBO Max. They hide a lot of their figures because they're online. You know, Godzilla vs. Kong, we know it did relatively good in theaters. In fact, actually did really well when it came out. But like, did it do even better? Mortal Kombat, we know did really good. But how did it do? You know, again, being on streaming devices, they can kind of hide things. Honestly, with Black Widow, they had an excuse either way. If the movie does phenomenal, which it very well could, right? They could easily say, well, it's done phenomenal, and guess what? It broke records for Disney Plus viewership as well. And, however, I guess on the other side of things, right, if it bombed, if it did horrible, maybe if the movie was horrible, right, it made 150, 200 million, and that's it in theaters, they could say, well, yeah, but it was our highest viewed numbers on Disney Plus, and there's really no way of fact-checking them, you know what I mean, because they kind of control all the numbers. So, always interesting to me, but pretty cool to see that is succeeding. Again, I guess I could have very different opinions after tonight. Maybe I watch it and I hate it, and I'll be questioning why so many people are seeing it, right? But for now, great, and you know, I'll have opinions for the movie. Tomorrow I'll probably do some videos either here or on the main channel. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think? Do you like the fact that it's doing well in the box office? Do you not? Do you think maybe it falls apart or gets better? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. Leave a like would definitely help this video out as well. And as always, I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.